Hey YouTube, it's me, it's the man who likes to rant, dropping a fresh VID for you today. And today, I bring you something different than your typical WWE content you've come to expect on this channel. I want to talk today about Lucha Underground. Now, I don't have access to El Rey Network, and I'm not going to get it because the only thing that's on El Rey that I would enjoy watching is Lucha Underground. But fortunately for me, the first two seasons are available for watching on Netflix. And if you are a wrestling fan, even if you don't consider yourself a fan of the Lucha Libre style, I do recommend checking this product out because it's a lot better than some people are giving it credit for. Now, what I will say is, have you, as a wrestling fan, ever had that friend who seemed to take great joy in coming up to you almost every week when you're talking about wrestling with your other friends who actually are fans, tapping you on the shoulder and going, you know, it's just one big giant soap opera, right? This is exactly what they are talking about because it is so stylized. Um, And to a point, that's not a bad thing, but they really have gone over the top. Um, but and I haven't even seen season 3 yet. They say it's gone even more so over the top as the seasons mount. But um, let me just say that for starters, there's enough familiar faces that there's at least one wrestler that if you are a casual to a hardcore fan over the last several years, like let's say from 2006 on, there's at least one face that you're going to know, so you might be interested in watching them wrestle. And I will say, the wrestlers that you don't know, like let's say Phoenix and Pentagon Jr., who now goes by Pentagon Dark, by the way, and is actually my favorite superstar on the promotion. Um, these guys are working hard. They're young and hungry, or there are veterans out there that are trying to get one last gasp at the wrestling spotlight. How do you know they've reached that point? Because, as Chavo Guerrero said, one of the few things I'll give him credit for is just about the time you figure out that you need the wrestling business in order to sustain your existence because you're stuck on that high is unfortunately when the wrestling business figures out that it no longer needs you. Um, I will say the top superstars like they call him Johnny Mundo now. You might know him better as John Morrison and Prince Puma, who other people know as Ricochet in the independent scene, or Will Ospreay is another one. No, wait, Will Ospreay had the match with Ricochet. I apologize. And of course, you can't have Lucha Libre without Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio to me is the Mexican equivalent of The Undertaker. And what do I mean by that? The spirit is willing, the heart is there, but as you watch Rey Mysterio in season 2 of Lucha Underground, it's quickly showing that the body and the years of abuse that he has put it through over his wrestling career, the toll is taken. He can't move the way he used to. He can't wrestle. He's trying, but you can just see that Father Time is slowly chipping away at whatever Rey has left to give the fans. I would strongly encourage, not that Rey Mysterio would ever sit down and watch my stuff, but if he ever did, as a fan, Rey, please, it's time to consider hanging it up because I do not want the last image of your career to be that you were carted from the ring on a stretcher. I don't. Legendary wrestlers, regardless of whether you love them or hate them, deserve better than that, and Rey Mysterio is certainly a wrestling legend. Um, what do I mean by it being an over-the-top soap opera? Well, it's ran by the shady businessman known as Dario Cueto, except for the early part of season 2 when a very nice looking woman, although with a certainly devilish side, named Katrina, takes over the temple for a couple weeks till Dario gets it back. You know, it's very clear that he's the Vince McMahon like character, and he does have heel like tendencies, but I would say he's more like Triple H in that you're supposed to boo him, but he also does what is best for the fans, not just best for business. You know, Prince Puma, who is I would consider him the top superstar. Was champion for the whole first year of the company's existence, and I think that was good because you needed to establish a face early on. Also, I did enjoy the fact that they are very true to Mexican wrestling traditions in that they have a six-man, or as they call it, the Trios Tag Team Championship, and that is a staple of Lucha Libre in Mexico. As they explain, it's largely because they have so many wrestlers that they can't fit them all on the card, so they would throw six at a time in multiple matches, and that's how they would be able to provide for their families. So you have that, but then they go over the top by introducing these Aztec medallions, which create the Gift of the Gods title, which is what I'm calling the Lucha Underground equivalent of a Money in the Bank cash in. Except, instead of being able to cash in anytime, they cash it in and have to give 1 week to build the main event match. Which is smart in its own regard for the business. I really enjoyed Lucha Underground for all the over the top things like they have superstars named Aerostar, which is just basically a superhero, and there's points where we're actually meant to believe that he flies around the world. You know, that's the overtopness, but at the same time, Lucha Underground has more fleshed out characters than WWE has on any given episode of Raw or SmackDown, take your pick. So their over the topness works because it's a completely different way to look at the product. One thing that is a negative about the Lucha Libre style, since it's so much more high flying, it lends itself to a lot more botches, and they're noticeable. But the in-ring work is solid. It's certainly you can tell each competitor that gets in the ring, be they male or female. Yes, this is a rare federation where females fight males, and it is considered acceptable, and I, for one, am fine with it, as long as the females aren't continually made to look weak against their male counterparts. Um, and you know, they're trying, and the fact that it's lasted 3 seasons in TV time uh, does lend well to its existence. Do I think that it will ever build itself to be a serious competitor to WWE? No, because they are set on making it the best television product that they can, not the best wrestling product that they can. And that's fine. I want options in the wrestling business where wrestlers can go and make a living for themselves. That's not the biggest show in the world. WWE has a tight enough monopoly grip on the wrestling business that we need more options in America besides Impact Wrestling. And yeah, you can go to England, you can go all over the world and find work. I'm not going to sit here and say you can't do that. But we need more options right here in the good old US of A. So I'm glad that Lucha Underground exists, and I'm glad that they have presented the product in a way that I, as a hardcore fan, would be easily entertained just by the good ring work. But there's also a lot here for a casual fan that just might want to get to fix once a week but doesn't want to watch the WWE product. So if you're a casual fan, I highly recommend that you check Lucha Underground out. It will be well worth your time, and unless things are so over the top that you can't suspend your disbelief, I truly believe there is something to be enjoyed in this product. Um, to my subscriber base and anyone who clicks on this video, what are your ups and downs of the Lucha Underground product? How would you run it differently? What would you like to see improved on? Are there wrestlers that are in that promotion that you'd like to see more often than they are? Post down in the comments below. If you like this video by The Wrestling Ranter, click that thumbs up. It really helps a lot. If you don't want to miss a video by The Wrestling Ranter, click that subscribe button. And every time a video of mine goes live, you'll be notified by it as long as you have notifications turned on to your device, which you can check by clicking the little bell icon next to the subscribe button and making sure that you have your preferred method of notification set. Thank you guys for watching. Ranter's going to get off the soapbox. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.